The magical girl genre in search of renewal and updates, with the change of century, is showing new ideas, both on the characters and context. Corrector Yui introduces this new feature, mixing in a future world virtual characters and places, using the internet and virtual reality, something that was a common theme on the late 90s. Yui Katsuga is the junior high school student protagonist, who isn't very good using computers, which is her worst subject. But ironically, she is the chosen person by IR to become the virtual fairy Corrector Yui, becoming this her identity on the ComNet, which is the internet equivalent. And her mission is to fight and correct the virus and errors that appear there because of the corruptors. IR is one of the 7 correctors that were created by Professor Inukai, which each one have a special and useful skill on the ComNet, and each one of them, as you will find them, will give her their power with a particular elemental suit, besides her normal suit having of wind, earth, water and fire. IR is also the companion for this magical girl on the fantastic virtual world, who will give her a bracelet called ComCom, which is used to transform herself in a corrector, having at her disposal magic attacks that makes with her wand, being able to eliminate malicious creatures and errors on the ComNet. This series is identified by its nice character design, besides showing the first examples of computer-assist animation. This story, despite simple, it has good twists, presenting many surprises with many characters, in addition to new heroes and villains when it's more advanced. Many times, there are anime series that show features from different genres in its story, when creating new variations of the characters and context to innovate, and more when it's a story told on the classical shoujo genre, in which the drama and romance are the basis. This is the case with Dr. Rin Nikite Mite, where a teenage romantic comedy is told with supernatural features that are shown as many kinds of magic on many characters. This is the story of Meilin Kansaki, a teenage girl that since she was little, she has had extraordinary skills to use the Feng Shui, using it commonly for her benefit and to help the others, being able to sense the fortune and misfortune of the people each day, in a similar way to clairvoyance. And to help everyone else, she makes, by suggestion of her brother, a web page under the nickname of Dr. Rin, in which she gives daily and accurate advice about what to wear and do each day, being only her brother the only one that knows that identity. But that page and the use of her skills is something not everyone likes. His father gets mad because he considers her a rival since he works as a Feng Shui advisor, and to her friend Asuka Yuki, it bothers him the fact that people depend on superstition things to guide their lives. This is a conflict for Meilin with Asuka, because he's the boy she likes, so she has to be very careful to not reveal her powers and her identity, to not be rejected even if they're good childhood friends. Despite at the beginning it doesn't look as a magical girl story, little by little it will be noticeable this feature on the protagonist, Meilin, when displaying her Feng Shui skill, as it was a magic that, besides being useful to know the fortune, with the help of her amulet, the Hake Crystal, she can invoke the dragon Shenlong to protect her and the other persons from hazards. These hazards will appear as demons, spirits, and invocations that she have to face since she has the power to do it, and complementing, it can be missing a companion animal, that in this case is the monkey Tenshin. Because the magical girl anime series are a genre that has many stereotypes, cliches, and features that identify them, sometimes they're overused or used in advantage, for good and bad. Funny Puni Poemi are some OEAs that take advantage of that to create a parody, very irreverent, of the genre, making fun of each detail, like the transformation wand, the transformation itself, the powers of the magical girls, and the enemies, besides making fun of another series, inserting notorious references. The story that doesn't make a lot of sense is a spiritual sequel of Excel Saga, where we follow the weird, violent and sexy adventures of Poemi Watanabe, who is called Kobayashi, who aspires to become a voice actress, but before that, she looks for revenge on the death of her parents on the hands of strange space monsters. These OVAs, directed by Shinichi Watanabe, who appears in animation as Nabeshin, aren't sweet for any audiences, containing violent and sensual sequences with most of the characters, with a kinky sense of humor. This is a nice series based on the Comet-san manga from 1967, which is also remembered in many countries for the TV series that mixes live action and some animation, written by Mitsuteru Yokoyama, which we remember for Mahotsukai Sally. This series, similar to the series back then, tells the story of a wizard that comes from another world, having fun and helping everyone else with her magic. At this time, the protagonist is Princess Comet, showing the theme of astros and stars. Comet is the princess of Harmonica Star, which is part of a 3-star system, of which also belong the Castanet Star, from where Princess Meteor comes, and the Tambourine Star, from when a mysterious prince comes that can only be recognized by the twinkle in his eyes. So in a bold offer for these 3 characters, where the engagement with one of the princesses will be consumed with the prince, but he runs away to the earth, being followed by both of them. Comet goes to Earth, not interested in meeting it and making friends with its people, while Meteor goes with the intention of finding and marrying the princess before Comet, which she always considered as her rival. This is ways that we follow Comet's adventure, who is adopted by a family that has twins, boy and girl, starting to help and appreciate Earth's people while she is looking for the prince. Comet's magic comes from the stars, recharging it on them every day, and she is followed by Rababo, which is a creature with a big and round head that looks like a dog. This is a series targeted for kids, with a light and playful theme and nice characters, returning to the magical girl's origins. At the beginning, many anime series were based more or less on fairy tales, leaving that theme as time passed by, and Pretty is a series that revisits many features of them. Pretty is a series that tells the story of Himeno Awayuki, a girl that just got to meet her new family when remarrying her widowed father with an old friend that got divorced. This serves as a context to reproduce the classical tales theme, like Cinderella and Snow White, in which the protagonist's stepmother and stepsisters treat her bad, are jealous of her, or even humiliate her. Soon after, she meets Hayate by accident, one of the Leafed Knights who discovers Himeno's power to become Pretir, who can channel those knights' powers to purify the world. These Leafed Knights are 7 attractive boys of different ages, which mission is to save the world from the destruction by forces that kill the life, giving to Pretir many transformations, according to the kind of power or element that is represented by each one. And despite that everyone else accepts Himeno as Pretir, Hayate refuses to accept her, having with her a hate and love relationship, because Himeno's personality and his own past made him to distrust her, at the same time that they fall in love mutually. Something interesting on the story is that a lot of what happens with each character has a backstory behind to what they show to everyone else, interconnected many of the things that happen and the personal conflicts where Pretir and the Knight's role goes to a more personal level. With this we see added to this magical girl story a shoujo style story where the personal and love affairs play an important role in its development. Magical Nyan Nyan Taruto is a series that is distinguished by many features from another Magical Girl series, mainly with the protagonist, the story style, and the way she uses her magic. The protagonist is the little Taruto, who lives in the same house with Yori and his family, who she loves a lot, but despite the first impression, Taruto isn't a human girl, but a kitty, because that's the way cats are depicted in this series, showing us how they speak and interact between them and with other animals. The story starts describing us a legend of an ancient cat kingdom, which its people were known as Kinka, who were defeated and disappeared by the Byo, disappearing with them their magic. But it's told that the princess of that kingdom was saved when she was sent to her world, and that she possesses a great magical power with which she'll revive her kingdom. And by casualty, Taruto shows that she has magical powers that she doesn't know how to use and control, so she'll make a mess most of the times when trying to do something, and even if many cats that she knows are skeptical about her magic, when she knows about the legend, she believes that maybe she's the lost princess. The story is very different to another ones on the genre, since we follow Taruto's daily life adventures, making friends, learning from the others many things, including how to use her magic, and she'll discover the truth about the legend when meeting characters and places related to it. This is a series that follows a relaxed story, in which we'll see how Taruto's daily experiences will be always something interesting, and it looks like it doesn't belong to the magical girls genre, since it doesn't use many of the common features. But the fact that Taruto is a strange character in this world, may be the only one capable of using magic, and that sometimes she invokes a wand, demonstrates that it truly belongs to this classification.